Okay, so here we are on the inside of Graph Authority, and watch how easy this is. First of all, it's set up very, very simplistic. That is, there's search, there's save search, which means things that you're going to kind of put in a bucket for later. And then of the search features that you're looking at right here, you have graph search first, which I just love. I'll show you that in just a moment. Then you could actually search a particular post, a particular niche, a particular group, event, or page. All right, so let's start with graph search. It's very exacting. Let's head in there. We'll launch the browser plugin. And here's the graph search from Facebook. And of course, here's Graph Authority sitting right on top, ready to extract. So let's do, for instance, some people who like JV Zoo affiliate network. Okay, so 7,308 people like it. And notice when you do that, you get, well, a lot of familiar faces right here, right off the bat. And you could start the extraction right there. You could actually zone in on it a little more. You could go and live in Massachusetts. All right? That way I could know all the local marketers around me if I wanted to. And now you could see, for instance, Tina Golden lives in Salisbury, Massachusetts. And yet, JV Zoo Affiliate Network, she likes that. A whole bunch of people. We could do a couple of things. We could either start the extraction like this, where we just click and it starts extracting. As you can see, it's running through the people right now, and eventually this is going to add up and then we'll download it. But why don't we stop this extraction? And I'll show you what I like even better is to save the search. Now you can also get names and Facebook emails, but for now let's just save the search, okay? So we've saved it by clicking it, and now we'll go to that later. Let's try something else. Let's try people who like Olive Garden and live in Worcester, Massachusetts. That's pretty small. Lives in Worcester, lives in Worcester, lives in Worcester, likes Olive Garden, likes Olive Garden, likes Olive Garden. Okay, so we could save that search for later. Now what we could do is people who like Olive Garden restaurant and live in Boston, Massachusetts. We have Roy Fielding. I have to give him a hard time about this. I didn't know he likes the Olive Garden. Now I know where to get him a gift certificate to. So if you happen to pick something like that and you know the person, they're going to be at the top. That's pretty funny. All right, so as you go down the line, once again, there's a lot of people who like Olive Garden and live in Worcester and live in Boston. So now we're going to save that search. And later on, what we're going to do is a batch search where we're going to search all of those together. And then we could be, let's say, from Buca di Beppo, which is a competing restaurant, and we could send out a coupon to those people through Facebook by advertising directly to those people. I mean, it's absolutely ingenious to do that. It's kind of obvious, but it's also going to be extremely effective. All right, let me show you the other features. Now, you could also work with particular posts, particular groups, particular events, and particular pages by placing the URL in, and I'll show you that in just a moment. The particular niche is slightly different. So let's, for instance, do page. I already had put in fitness motivation, but let me show you how I got that. Covered inside the training will be how to get the URL for the most popular pages. So in this particular case, I already knew the URL of one. I had done a little search, and here it is. So then what you do is you just search for the URL. You go in, you get the URL, you put the URL in, you search it, and there it is, bodybuilding. Page likes 867,000, and total users, these are the active users, over 4,300. So what you want to do now is just click on this to get the leads and then start the extraction. You could download, or you could save this search for later by clicking right here. All right, now you could do that for others as well. You could do that for events, you could do that for groups and for posts. And you can actually, by saving the search rather than downloading right away, you could combine them all for a batch download later. Now, if we wanted to do, let's say, bodybuilding, and we searched for that, you can see I already had done it, but let's do it again. And we could pick one that has a lot. Like, this is a very active group. All right, so we definitely want to pick this one. Now, if we chose several at the same time, so let's say we chose this one and click that there, and chose this one and click that little button there, we could actually download them at the same time. So the downloads that we have going on can be simultaneous. So we have parallel downloads. But instead, let's do this. Let's actually save this search, since this is such a good group. All right, and now let's do what I spoke of earlier. Go to Saved Search. Okay, here we are in the Saved Search, and as you can see, both have downloaded from different places. One we got from the niche search, and the other we got from the actual page search. All right, so we put the URL of the page in. We got one of them, and we got the other one from actually doing a niche search, and we chose it that way. So what we could do here is just click on both of them and start a batch extraction. All right, we could extract the names and emails, that's the Facebook emails, in addition to the user IDs, or we could just get the UIDs, the user IDs that is, and you start the extraction, and then after it's all done, you can see already 1,183, 1,100 now, 3,478. When they're all done, we could download that, and we have a perfect custom audience to advertise to. That's right, custom audiences like we've never seen before, as laser focused as has ever been seen in advertising to date. Are you excited? I certainly am. Just scroll down the page and take a look at those features, and then grab Graph Authority, and do it now so that you can be head and shoulders above everyone else.